Alright guys, we've launched here at Christian's Bend. We're going to float all the way down to Seguinsville Park. This is the last regular season TNKATT tournament for the year, with a place on the state team on the line. The entire season kind of comes down to this for that big goal of qualifying for state team. We definitely need a top 10, but to really cement a place, I just saw something jump out here in the middle, so that's good. To really cement a place, we probably need a top 5, or to win even, if we can get in the money, that top 3, that would really boost our numbers. But we've got to do well, and we've got to beat a few people. So we're gonna get out here, try to catch some big old smallmouth. River's still a little bit high, but not too bad. And this is kind of a high risk type of deal because we've launched way close to the edge of the boundary. We're like 89 miles from the central location, and the boundary is 100 miles from Trailhead in downtown Knoxville. So it's kind of a big risk, but we just need to get out here and catch 3 big smallmouth or largemouth. We know there's some big largemouth because our buddy Jody from River Smallmouth Adventures, he caught pretty big largemouth out here a little while ago. So we're gonna get out here, have some fun. Whether or not we qualify for state team, it's been a pretty great run this year, and we still have the Classic in September. Hopefully we'll figure out where that's going to take place here soon. But we're going to get fishing. Lines in was about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and let's catch some big old smallmouth. Let's just have some fun. This is a beautiful stretch of river with some big old healthy fish. So let's see what we can catch. That's a good smallmouth. Get in the net, get in the net, get in the net. Okay. That's a good one. Probably about 17 or so. 17 1/4. All right, guys, first scoreable of the day, 17 1/4. That's a good way to start out. Healthy, dark smallmouth. Gorgeous fish. You gotta let him go. Weren't expecting the current to be this heavy, but I think that just means we need to fish close to the bank. Yeah, it's my first fish. Caught anything yet? That's the first bite I've gotten. Got one. Yeah. It's a good one. White and chartreuse, just close, as close to the bank as you can get. White and chartreuse? Well, I mean, it looks like he's about 16. 15 3/4. All right, guys, that's 2 good scoreables. This one's 15 3/4. Healthy fish. Look at how chunky he is. It's good to see healthy smallmouth. It's been hard to catch them on the French Broad so far this year, so at least we've still got healthy fish on the Holston. One more fish and I've got a limit, and then it's just a case of upgrading from there. So let's keep on fishing these banks. My dad looked at the generation schedule, and they've changed it only for Saturday. They've been pulsing 1 to this point every day. 1 hour on, 1 hour off. Today, they've got one going from 5 a.m. to midnight. So we're going to be looking at this current pretty much all day. So it looks like we'll be beating the banks, which I'm fine with. Just need one more scoreable. We'll have a limit, and then it's upgrading from there.
There we go. He ain't very big. Oh, he ain't even scoreable. Yep, not even scoreable. But at least I caught a fish.
Well, that might be something to throw later in the day. That's one.
Okay. Cheater?
I don't know how I'm cheating.
I don't either. Using that bent rod pattern.
Excuse me.
Saw me catch one.
Don't you dare say I do the same thing that Jacob Wheeler does. We got ourselves $16 3/4.
What is it, 15 3/4?
16 3/4. Nearly 17, just short. All right, guys, that's 3 quicks scoreables, 16 3/4. My smallest is now 15, and something, I'll double check that. But now we need to start culling, catching some bigger ones. Well, the good thing is, if they're going to be hitting the chatterbait like this, that is generally a big fish bait. So let's get this guy submitted and keep on fishing. This is boding pretty good for us. I am currently in first place, 49 3/4 inches. There's only one other person with a scoreable fish right now, and that's Chris Franklin. He's got 3 fish for 45. So my smallest is 15 3/4. I need to get a 16 or longer. I'm really hoping no other TNKATT people are launched here. Got one. Feels like a decent one. I don't know if he'll cull anything for me. He might. He's got a crawfish in his gullet.
What?
He's got a big old crawfish in his gullet. 16 1/4. All right, guys, that'll cull my smallest, which was 15 3/4. That's a 1/2 inch upgrade. Another healthy smallmouth. Just gorgeous fish up here. He had a big old crawfish up his gullet, so they must be feeding pretty heavy. Gonna submit him and keep on fishing. Try to catch us a couple more, or more than a couple. Be nice if we get in some 19, 20 inch fish. I don't know that he's 6 feet. But if he's over 16, he'll count for the team tournament at least. 15 3/4. Not big enough to save for me, but another healthy smallmouth on the chatterbait. See if he's got anything down his gullet. Don't see anything, so we're gonna throw him back. That's a big smallmouth. Holy crap. That might be tarp. This might be a new PB for smallmouth. I think he's, holy cow, he's huge. 20 3/4. Guys, this is a new PB for me. 20 3/4. He's nearly 21 inches. I think I kind of want to get a weight on him. I'm gonna put him down in the water. That is a 3.9 pounder. So that's a tarp smallmouth. 20 3/4, almost 4 pounds. Gonna let him go. Gorgeous smallmouth. If we can catch a couple more like that, I think we should be sitting pretty good for the tournament. Well, you and James went down this side. Me and Jody went down the other. I seem to remember we caught I caught a couple of good ones there, and then at the end of the island, James hooked into that 18-incher on the swim bait. Which side do you want to go down? I don't think it is, but I can't really tell from here. It's pretty wide. It'd have to be a very big tree. Yeah, I think we're good. Although I don't think I want to go down it backwards. Nope. He's little. Little smallmouth, not scoreable. Go, let him go.
Finally! GoPro capture. And it's a beast. All right, finally on the board with an 18-inch one. We're gonna send him back and see if we can get 3 or 2 more at least.
He might be over 17. If he's 17 or more, he calls something for me. There we go. But if he's 16 or more, he counts for the team tournament either way. All right, 16 and a half for the team tournament, but doesn't call anything for the River Wars tournament. So I'm gonna let him go. Try to catch something 17 or greater. I'm gonna go ahead and submit him for the team tournament because might as well. That way I don't have to remember what I have and have not submitted. So.
I got one. Oh, I think he's a good one. Yes, he ain't a monster, but he'll score. All right, 15 and a quarter. I need one more and I've got a limit. That would be really nice. Got him on the board though. Man, it's been a rough day for me. One more.
At least, I don't know. There's some woods coming up here, so. Oh! Big old blue catfish was chasing my chatterbait. Finally a sign of life. He wasn't scoreable, but he's at least a fish. Yeah, first one we've caught in a while. Chatterbait. There's a bunch of grass out here in the middle.
All right, I didn't get the hook set or the fight because my GoPro overheated, but I finally got my third scoreable. Dead rig comes through again. He's not big, but he's big enough. There we go. 13 3/4. I will take it.
Oh, you. He is not 17 inches, but he's a fish. That's a good thing. He'd be scoreable, but he won't call for me. So to let him go. Maybe there's more up in here.
Got another one. I don't know. He's not going to cull. What did I tell you that other one was? 13 3/4. I don't know. Let's see. He's probably 12 and a half.
What? With how many inches? So he's got me by how much?
He's got 19.25, 19 and 18.
Yeah, so I need to catch at least a 19 and a half, 20-inch fish. He's not 17, but he's a fish. Take a little while to get another one. He'd be scoreable, but I need to cull 16 and 3/4, so it needs to be a minimum of 17 inches. So, oh my Ned rig head is bent.
Oh, get up here.
Oh, the rankings are still on.
What?
The rankings are still on.
You're still on?
Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm in third.
Somebody else jumped you?
Daniel Lyons jumped me. Was he at least catching smallmouth? Yeah, he was catching smallmouth.
And is it Bryson Ford that's in?
Bryce Stone.
Huh?
Bryce Stone.
Bryce Stone.
I don't think he's a TNKATT guy.
His were all smallmouth.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We hope that you enjoyed it. We took a big risk going all the way up to the upper Holston with no practice. We've only ever fished it twice, and we weren't quite sure what to expect. We knew there was a lot of current, and we knew that the grass up there was really, really thick. Not just hanging on the bottom, but what was floating up on the top. It was so thick that when we first started, we were trying to get a topwater bite. We could not run whopper ploppers. We could barely run a buzz bait. But we ended up finding a pattern with white and chartreuse chatterbaits, and all of my scoreable fish that ended up counting towards the end of the day, I caught all those within about 200 yards, not very far down from where we launched, which was very interesting because most of the people we talked to who have fished this stretch before, they consider that first half of the float or so would be the secondary water. It's not really that good. It's after you get beyond the power lines, closer to where we took out, that we actually have the best smallmouth fishing. And it's a bunch of shoals, and I mean probably 400 or 500 yards of just straight shoals, which should hold a lot of bass. But we didn't really catch much of anything out of those shoals. In fact, everything we caught, all of our scoreables, they were all in the first half of the day. But as I said at the end of the fishing footage, I ended up finishing in third place. I held on to first for about 6 or so hours. And then, unfortunately, 2 people jumped me for the final standings. They both caught some really nice smallmouth. And they beat me out by... Second place had 56 total inches. And first place had 58 and a half. I ended up with 54 and 3/4. But I caught the largest smallmouth of the tournament. Unfortunately, somebody got into some really nice largemouth, which caught a 22 and a 1/4 inch largemouth. I'm looking at the picture here. It's a big largemouth, and there are some big largemouth in the rivers in East Tennessee. So that one beat me out for big fish, but I did finish in third place, which got me in the money, and it did get me qualified for the state championship team. So come October, I will be fishing that, and it's going to be taking place on Fort Loudon with both the French Broad and the Holston in play. Unfortunately, my dad did not make it in. He ended up finishing in 13th place. He couldn't get that 13 and 3/4 inch smallmouth cold, which was kind of crazy because we caught all those nice fish in that first mile or so of the launch, and then it just kind of died. We caught a few here and there, but it was that first stretch that really got us to where we were able to finish. But unfortunately, my dad did not qualify for the state championship, but I will be fishing it come October. I squeaked in the last available position. For final state teams, I finished in 12th place, so just high enough to get in. I'll be fishing as an individual competitor, which means my catch will not count towards the big team tournament. So it's an interesting build on how it works, but basically each of the various tournament trails have a certain amount of anglers, and whoever has the best 10 anglers, so those top 10 anglers, their total length combined, whichever tournament trail has the most cumulative length from their top 10 anglers wins the team tournament of it. But there's also the individual aspect, and I'll be fishing for the individual tournament for that. But so I finished in 12th place. My dad finished in 14th, so 2 out. Not much separated him from getting in. He had 470. Let's see, 466 points towards state team. I had 473, I believe. So it was quite close going into the end. And it was a little bit disappointing to have made it this far into the season and managed to hold on to a top 10 place in the state team for so long. But the last few tournaments just did not pan out for us. And it was kind of not much we could do. Honestly, we didn't get to practice for any of these except for Gunnersville and Melton Hill back in November. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tournaments this year out of the 11 that we fished where we didn't get to practice, and we still don't know a lot of these lakes very well. So overall, the season so far has been a success in our opinion, just because it's been pretty chaotic in our personal lives because of all kinds of stuff. I've told you all about it before, just moving and all kinds of stuff going on with family. So we're hoping next year, because we're going to try to compete in TNKATT next year, that we can get a little bit more time in to learn some of these lakes that we just don't fish very often. Key ones being Norris, Cherokee, Douglas. We honestly don't fish Watts Bar very often, and then the Chilhowie, Parksville, we don't know those very well. So we're going to try to dedicate a little bit more time to getting on those lakes and trying to find some places to fish them, and hopefully we can place a little bit higher next time around. But state team rankings are there. AOY currently, I did jump my dad in this one, but I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm currently in 8th place for AOY. My dad's sitting at 9th place for AOY. But the classic, as we've talked about before, how points are divvied out, it's your top 7 tournaments total. But for everyone, the classic counts. So we have one more tournament to boost our standings for AOY, but it's looking like we are going to have top 10 finishes for Angler of the Year, and this is only our second year fishing the entire trail. So that's pretty cool, and we're really looking forward to the TNKATT Classic. It's going to be on Fort Loudon with the rivers in play, just like the state championship is going to be on. But it was a great day on the river. We caught some really good smallmouth. I've already got my tarp certificate coming in for that 20 3/4 that I caught, which was quite exciting to catch that during an actual tournament. But we have some other videos coming out here soon. We've got some, we went out and explored Watts Bar a little bit because we had a bit of a gap between the River Wars tournament at the beginning of August and then the TNKATT Classic isn't happening till the end of September. So we've got that coming up. Great day on Watts Bar. We went out and explored some on Fort Loudon, just trying to get ready for the TNKATT Classic. So that video will be coming up soon. And then after that, we've got a few ideas. Try to get some time on the rivers, and we're trying to make a fall trip to Guntersville because it's supposed to be the best time of year to fish the frog on Lake Guntersville. So we're going to try to get down there, have a couple of days, and try to catch some big old largemouth on the frog. But I think I have rambled on long enough. I think that's all of our updates. Expect stuff from Watts Bar. Expect stuff from Fort Loudon and the rivers, and then Guntersville a little bit further down the line. So I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I cannot remember who UT is playing the Saturday after this comes out, but I'm going to say go Vols, and we will see you in the next one.